So first, let's look at opening our case. You're going to take it and open the latches and pull the top of it up, just like mine is. Okay, so you should see two main pieces in your case. You should see this little small guy. This is your mouthpiece, and this is what you're going to create your embouchure on later. And when you take out the mouthpiece, you want to hold it right here by the shaft. And then the big piece is the actual instrument. And when you take the instrument out, you want to hold it by its valve casing so that you do not drop it. If you pick the instrument up by the bell or the valves, which are these three little buttons, or by any of the slides, which are called slides because they slide out to tune, then you will damage the instrument. So you need to make sure when you pick it up, you grab the valve casings like this. Okay? And also, if your valves are ever sticky or they don't move, you guys have valve oil in your case, which is what this little thing is that you have, and you're going to twist the valve that is sticky. For instance, my middle one is sticky. Pull it up, not all the way, just so that you can see this much, and then you're going to give it 3 drops around the rim. Push it back into the trumpet carefully so that it is still lined up. Twist it till it's all the way twisted. Make sure they're all twisted. And then it should be able to move more freely. Also, you have a little tube that looks like chapstick, and that is slide grease for if these slides or these slides stop moving or go slower than usual. You rub it on there like chapstick, and then they will move more freely. But you need to make sure that you have a handkerchief to wipe off the excess, because if you have a bunch of extra slide grease on there, it's just going to get sticky and gross, and it's going to get everywhere, and it's just going to be nasty. Okay, so now that you have seen me take the trumpet out, take the mouthpiece out first, just like I have, and take the instrument by holding the valve casings in your left hand. The valve casings were around 3 things. Yes, you did that correctly. Now, we're going to assemble the instrument, which is really simple. All you do is put the mouthpiece in this hole, and you give it a gentle quarter twist, just like I have done. Do not hit it or push it too hard, because otherwise it'll get stuck, and I'm going to have to use a big thing to get it out. And you can also damage this part of the trumpet if you do that. Okay, so now you know how to put the instrument together. Let's learn how to hold it properly. You already have pretty much gotten the left hand because you picked it up by the valve casings, but just to make sure, you are putting the ring finger in this ring slide right here, and you can adjust this so that it's more comfortable for you. And you are putting your thumb around this right here, which is closest to your mouth. So you should be able to comfortably hold it with one hand. Do you feel comfortable holding it with one hand? Okay. For the next part, you are going to take your right hand and put your pinky right here. But first, let's pretend we're holding a tennis ball. You're picking a tennis ball up off the table. So you've got this natural like C shape in your hand. That's what we're going to use to do our right hand. So use this natural C shape, put your pinky around this pinky ring, put your other 3 fingers on top of the valves, and put your thumb in between the first and second valve. Let me see. Good job. You got it. So you know how to properly hold a trumpet. Also, when you're playing trumpet, you need to make sure that you're sitting on the edge of your seat with your feet on the ground, which both of you were already doing. So good job. You just did it naturally. And you're going to make sure that your head is up. And you're going to hold it like this, slightly parallel to the ground, but not too high, like you don't want to look like an old cherub, and not too low, or you won't be able to produce a good sound. So just make it really nice and natural and even. Great, that's perfect. Okay, now that we've learned how to assemble a trumpet, we are going to learn how to create an embouchure. So use a gentle quarter twist to get your mouthpiece back out of your instrument. And for safety, let's just put the rest of our instrument back in the case by holding the valve casings appropriately. Good job. Okay, so to create an embouchure, we're going to do an sound, like You should have a big, round, open space in the back of your throat. Can you feel that open space? Okay, now, so that we can get air to go through our mouth, we're going to gently part our lips just a tiny bit like so. Make sure your four corners of your mouth can still be seen and that you're not pulling the lip under or pushing the lip out. It should all be very even. And now, take the mouthpiece and blow some air into your hand first. Do you feel a stream of air? And it's very steady and it's very concentrated? Okay, now we're going to take that same armature and put it on our mouthpiece, but on all the round parts of the mouthpiece, we're going to make sure that there's a seal so that no air can get out, only air can get through your lips. And blow in. Wow, you guys are buzzing already. Pretty cool for your first lesson. So, can you feel the air coming through, but you can't feel any air around? Good? Okay, so you've learned how to make air come through the front. Now, you guys accidentally buzzed, which isn't uncommon, but pretty cool. So now it'll be easier for you to know how to learn how to do the armature while buzzing with the mouthpiece. So you're going to put it back on your lips with the same armature with the big open throat and the sound and the tight seal right here, and you're going to blow through, and you're going to try to buzz like you would buzz your lips. Good job. You guys did really good. You might want to have a little bit of a tighter airstream because you got a little bit of floppy air going. So try to focus your air a little bit more and get a steady buzz instead of a jagged buzz. Let's try.
Okay.
There. That was better already. So you just needed a tighter airstream. So you'll keep that in mind when you practice this week. Let's try it one more time. Good. Now let me see it without the mouthpiece. Let me see your armature. And blow the air. Okay, now one more time with the mouthpiece. Good. That's great. Okay, so now since you figured out how to make a buzzing sound with your mouthpiece, we're going to actually do it on the instrument and produce our first sound. So pick your instrument up by the valve casings carefully like you did before. Let's make sure our feet are on the ground, our posture is correct, we're on the edge of our chair. Make sure our left hand is still correct. Can I see? Good. And make sure that our right hand, well, first let's put the mouthpiece in. Give the general quarter twist. Do not push it and do not poke on it. Now do your tennis ball hand and place it here. Put your 3 fingers on the valves and then your thumb in between first and second. Good. You definitely know how to hold it, so good job. Now, make the same shape that you did before, the and with the little seal on the mouthpiece, and blow into it. Good job! You just made your first sound. Let's try it again. This time, try to make sure that your air is steady, especially you since you had the air problem before. So let's focus on our air being straight. Good. This time, the last time we're going to do it, make sure you take a low breath. Not a breath from up here. You want a breath from down here. Can I see you try to breathe that way? Good, that's great. Okay, that's the kind of breathing we want for the trumpet. So try it one more time and keep that breathing in mind. Ready, set, go. Good. One more time, make sure we get that steady air for you so I can leave feeling confident in your abilities. 1, 2, 3, big breath. Good. Next lesson, we're definitely going to work on tuning because we're all playing pretty different pitches right now. But now we have learned how to create our armature, our first sound, how to assemble the instrument, and how to take care of the maintenance such as valve oil, how to do the mouthpiece, the slides, how you're not supposed to pick up a trumpet. So let's work on disassembling, which is completely similar to assembling except the opposite. You're going to give the gentle quarter twist to the mouthpiece to take it out, and then you're going to put it back in its little hole in the case, and then you will take the rest of the instrument and put it in the case like you did before. So try that. And it should fit in perfectly if you do it the right direction with the valves facing you. Good job. Now close the latches. Make sure they're tight so when you stand up the instrument, the latches don't come undone, because then your instrument would fall and it could be dented or anything. Okay, so good. Today you guys learned how to take the instrument out, you learned how to assemble the instrument, you learned how to maintain for it, you learned how to create an embouchure, how to make a buzz on the mouthpiece, and how to make a sound, and then you learned how to disassemble it.